Hi, welcome. My name is Trisha, and this is the life I'm trying to love, where I will talk about trying to heal my body using the keto lifestyle. Here, you'll get a glimpse of what it looks like for a stroke survivor with left side deficit. So, if these type of topics interest you, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll always be in the know of when I upload any videos. And if you've been here before, then welcome. It's always good to have you back. So, let's get in today's topic. So, to a year ago today, my life changed forever. Um, I suffered a mini stroke. I actually also have a video talking about um, me surviving the stroke, and I will link it up here above. So, I'm not going to talk about what actually happened the night of the stroke. So today we're going to talk about what it's been like, what this year has been like being a stroke survivor. So let's jump right in. What it's been like. Wow. So I honestly think I came home from the hospital, I think 6 weeks later, completely delusioned. Um, all the progress that I had made in the hospital in terms of being able to walk and do the little things that they had me do, like bake some cookies, put a load of laundry in the washing machine, um, my therapy and stuff had me completely delusioned. When I got home, I was faced with a completely different reality. um, Home was not the hospital. Home was not rehab. So I came home delusioned. And I think that's maybe the biggest thing that they need to prepare people for when they get home. When you get home from any type of injury where you are in the recovery process, they need to warn you ahead of time that life at home is not the same. I got home. Of course, I had to relearn my house. I had to um, navigate, different things that were never a challenge before. Um, I the one thing that I remember distinctively is the first time I tried to cook myself breakfast. So, if you know anything about having a stroke or anything about any type of left or right side disability where you don't have um, full control of your mobility, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. If you've never had any issues, then wow. So my first, I think my first or second morning home, I got up. I decided, you know what? I made some cookies in the hospital, so of course I can make some eggs. So I decided I wanted some eggs and some toast. And so I got everything ready. I got the frying pan, I got the eggs, I got the butter. I put the toast in the toaster because these are just normal things. This is how I normally fix my breakfast. However, I now had a deficiency in the sense that I don't have control over my left side. I have no strength in my left side. Um, to stir takes coordination that I didn't have. So, needless to say, breakfast was a disaster. I almost burnt my toast. Um, I nearly scolded myself. I almost dropped the pan of eggs on myself. I barely made it through getting through. So at some point, I turned everything off. I got the toast out of the toaster and I went and I sat on my bed and I cried. I didn't expect to get emotional, but in that moment, I knew my life was not the same. My normal was no longer normal. I had to learn how to function all over again with a left side that I had no control over. So, needless to say, that began. And see, and that's what I meant where I said I think I was delusioned in the hospital because not once in the hospital did I mourn over the fact that I had a stroke. Not once. I don't think I still allowed myself to fully accept my limitations. Like, I honestly thought when I got home, life was going to be normal again, and it wasn't. The first time I had to take a shower, um, comb my hair, brush my teeth, wash my face. These are all things that they had, helped me with in the hospital. But now that I was home, there was a different environment. So I didn't have the support that, and I don't want to imply that my son didn't support me or whatever, but at the same time, he worked at night, so he slept during the day. So pretty much life, had to be normal for me. So, I realized that I couldn't coordinate with brushing my teeth. I couldn't coordinate combing my hair. I couldn't comb my hair. Not in the way that I was used to being able to comb my hair. You get up in the morning, you comb your hair, you want to throw in a part, you want to put in a ponytail, you want to, put it to the side, whatever, however, you want to style your hair, you're now down one hand. And so what do you do? So needless to say, I think the first week, maybe 2 weeks home was a disaster for me. I realized that taking a shower, um, because I had to get in and out of the tub, I still had to climb over the side. There was nothing to climb over in the rehab. So, balance was an issue. They make it so easy for you at the hospital, but they don't prepare you for the limitations when you get home. So, needless to say, those first couple of months were disastrous. Then I got to the point where I really believe that I reached a depression. Like, I really was depressed. Like, I was sad about my life or my new life because prior to the stroke, just a week prior to the stroke, my life was normal. The day before the stroke, my life was normal. Like, I had just had a guy that I was dating at the time. He had just had a birthday. We celebrated his birthday. I cooked dinner. We went to the movies. I had fun. I had a normal life. I was combing my hair. I was doing everything that I needed to do. And now I couldn't. It's not that I couldn't do it. It was everything I did was a struggle. I, in essence, had to learn how to become right handed. So because it got to the point where sometimes I kept trying to use my left hand, but it would get so tired and so heavy and then if it got tired and heavy, then it was already not coordinating. So if it got tired, then it was just kind of all over the place. Um, so I had to learn how to do everything right-handed. Um, Putting on my clothes, putting on my shoes. Now, let me explain something. When you have literally no control over your leg, your foot, your landing, your movement, your step, nothing. So I got dressed. I don't know, I'm not really sure where we were going, but I got dressed and I just threw on some flip flops because that is normal. Um, but I didn't have what I needed on my left leg to keep my foot in the shoe. So I'm walking and the shoe is falling off and or coming off and I don't have what I need to keep the shoe on. So once again, I broke down in tears because who can't keep their shoe on? Who can't, who doesn't have the strength? Like, I literally do not have, let me see, how can I explain? You know how you like scratch your toes to do this so that your shoe goes back on? I can't do that with my left side. I don't have scooching. Am I saying right? Scooching power. My toes don't function like that on my left side. So that means I have to wear shoes that actually come up on my foot that have to be tied or don't slide off easily. So all of my cute sandals or flip flops, I can't wear. Um, Again, normal was no longer normal anymore. Um, what else? Oh, so I was saying, so I went through a period where I was depressed. I really was. I went through the why me. I went through the, God, what did I do wrong? Am I being punished? Um, I have some take it to the grave secrets. I thought maybe those secrets were coming back to um, pay me back for, I really honestly thought I was being paid I was paying for my sins, and I know that God's not a vengeful God, like at least not in that sense. But at the same time, my psyche was out of whack. So I sat in my room. I sat in my bed and I stopped participating in life, which is why I decided to name this channel The Life I'm Trying to Love, because in essence, I didn't know how to love this new life. Um, I wasn't participating in it. I just was laying in bed feeling sorry for myself. But in essence, I think I needed to go through that because now that we're a year later, no, I have a little bit more control over my left side. I still can't wear sandals. I still can't do a lot of things. Well, that's not true. I just can't do them the way that I used to do them. I've learned how to function with my left side deficit. So I know what I can do. I know when I can use my left hand and when my right hand has to kind of jump in and compensate for it. I'm in physical therapy now more consistently, so I will be doing that. I'll be showing those videos as well. I can comb my hair, so I don't know if you can tell, but it has been, well, you can tell because you're looking at me, but my hair is in a ponytail, and it has been a year since I've been able to use my hands to put my hair in a ponytail because I don't have the strength that I need sometimes to, my hand can't be tired. Basically, this arm cannot be tired. So a lot of times I have to actually sit down in order to do a lot of stuff so that I can take that weight off of this side. But I put my hair in a ponytail and I actually braided it so you can see. So I am, there's no way I should be excited about a ponytail, but when I tell you, when I got my hair, and I mean, I have a lot of hair, so, and it's thick, so just be excited. I felt accomplished. Like, I felt like, wow, like I'm getting back some of my normal. Now, granted, I I'm still limited. I still can't scooch my foot into a shoe. I still can't uh, stand and do a lot of things because it requires balance. I still have to use my walker sometimes. Um, I can certainly get through breakfast with some eggs and some toast. In fact, I cooked all of Thanksgiving last year. I had to do it from this couch, sitting at this table here, but at the same time, I was able to cook dinner, a whole dinner, where when I initially got home, I could barely make it through eggs and toast. So, yes, the stroke, May 18th, is the day my life changed, but it's also the day I learned just how strong I am, just how willful I am, and just how determined I am to get my life back. It's not to say that I don't still have depressive days. It's still not to say that there are days that I don't question. Um, and now, because it's the 18th, I can't say that I'm not fearful of having another stroke. My stroke happened around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, the morning of May 18th. We went to bed like any other normal night. Somewhere during the middle of the night, I had a stroke, and then again, my life changed. So, is there fear that going to bed on the night of the 17th did not scare the crap out of me? I wish I could sit here and say that I had a restful sleep. I did not. That was another thing too that I suffered. Um, I don't think I slept past 3 o'clock for the first 3, 4 months after the stroke, because that was when I woke. I woke up at 3 something in the morning, around 2 or 3, to go to the bathroom, and the stroke happened during that time. So for at least the first 4 months, I could not sleep past 3 o'clock because I was afraid to be asleep again and have another stroke. Um, I still have moments where I wake up in panic. Um, and don't let me wake up and feel, like a side is not where it's supposed to be. Then I immediately start moving to make sure everything is the same way. I'll kick a leg, I'll move a toe, I'll wiggle some fingers. I will do, turn my head back and forth. Headaches scare me, even though I didn't have a headache for the stroke. Headaches scare me a little bit sometimes, not always. But at the same time, you know, I had a major injury. I had a brain injury. So, yes, I panic. Yes, I have moments of anxiety. That's another thing, too. I have anxiety now that I don't think I had before. I am under, I, I don't want to say a lot of pressure, but sometimes I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure to just hurry up and get better. Like, I want to get better and I want my life to return to normal. Whereas what I won't allow myself to believe that this is my new normal, or that this is my, not my new normal, that this is my forever normal, that I won't be better. I think there will probably always be a slight deficiency with my left side, because the whole thing is to reconnect the left side to my brain. it has to reconnect. It has to make a different connection in a different spot. Now, whether or not that connection will completely adhere, I don't know. This is only year one. I'm certainly a lot better than I was a year ago. I would say right now I'm probably a good 90% better in the sense, like I said, I have a little bit more control over my left hand. Now, my left hand, you can see I can move it, it's up and down. It just feels weighted. It just feels like I have something weighing it down. So it's like it's a struggle to lift this arm more so than this one. Or just my left side. It's more of a struggle to maintain my left side than it is my right side. But like I said, the left side, that's only because it feels weighted down. My left leg as well. Um, I don't know if that feeling will ever go away. Um, and I can't honestly say that I'm used to it. I still get frustrated by the fact that there's just some things that I can't do, or the fact that sometimes walking across the floor exhausts me. But what I can say is that I am grateful to God because we just lost two actors to stroke. We lost Luke Perry, and then we turn around and we lost John Singleton. So I am grateful that I am still here and that I'm here to tell my story. And so I don't want to sound like I'm not appreciative or thankful or um, glad that, this is the only result of my stroke. But at the same time, I'm human. It doesn't take away from my daily frustration. It doesn't take away from my daily fear. And it doesn't take away from my daily anxiety sometimes. But at the same time, I'm here. And I'm going to work hard and I'm going to do my therapy and I'm going to take you guys along with me. In fact, stay tuned for my last week's um, videos. I have where I went to have an MRI on Tuesday, and I had therapy on Thursday, I think. Anyway, those days. That's another thing. Brain fog. Um, I suffer from that a lot, and memory sometimes can be an issue for me, but not enough to for it to really be for me to be worried about it. I don't know if I'm having memory issues because of the stroke or because of the fact that I'm just getting old. But either way, so again, I want to say thank you for going along with this journey with me. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your encouragement. Thank you for all your rooting for me. And just thank you for the love in general. So with all of that being said, I want you guys to stay tuned for my next video because I'm sure you're aware I'll actually link that video as well. No, here on this side. I'll link the video where I had the flu. I want to talk about post-viral fatigue. Apparently that's a thing. So if you want to find out what happened with me after I came home from the hospital from having the flu, a UTI, and a viral infection, then you would want to stay tuned because that video will be coming up next sometime this week. Not quite sure when the day is because that's another thing. I kind of have to function on the days that my body tell me it's okay to function. Like I feel perfectly fine today. Tomorrow could be a different story. But that video is coming up because I want to, tell you guys about that because um, recovery, recovering 2 times over can be just as difficult as recovering from one thing. So when you're recovering from multiple things at the same time, that can wipe you out. So again, thank you for all your love. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.